morning. All right, so let me turn the music down here. You guys can hear what I'm doing here. So this is a 2018 BMW X2. Okay. Let me see the X2. Okay. Well, everybody sees what it is. Alright, so I'm doing brakes, or I'm replacing the rotors and brake pads on this thing. Wasn't gonna make a video on it, but I figured since I'm this far into it, I figured I'd do it. So this side's already done. I went and bought a set of slotted and cross drilled rotors and brake pads from the Amazon store. They had them for this car, so I just did this side. I'll cover more detail on the other side. Basically, it's the same thing, both sides. This side is the only side with a sensor, with the brake pad sensor. I was able to reuse the sensor, so I didn't break it. I'll kind of explain a little more where that comes out and in and all that stuff. So in the engine bay, this plastic piece is covering the brake master cylinder. So you have to basically pop this out, and it's got to slide out from underneath this lip here. Once you slide it out from this lip, you can kind of move it over, and then you can see the battery. There's the battery. There's the master cylinder, brake master cylinder, and the reservoir. So I just loosen that up while I'm messing with it. I'll fill that up here in a bit when I'm done. So we'll go to the other side, or here, let me show you. Here's the rotor. Nice set of rotors. Here are the pads. They come covered, which is nice because you don't want this material to get grease on it. You don't want to be touching it with your fingers either. The grease on your fingers will cause heat spots and cause those things to crack. They'll end up cracking anyways with heat, but you don't want to promote that anymore. And same with these. So this surface here, you don't want to be touching it with your fingers. You want to clean it real good with brake clean, because they come with a coating on them. So you guys get a lot of brake clean. Get you 2 or 3 bottles or cans of brake clean. I try to carry quite a bit here, just because it comes in so handy. It cleans and evaporates, so it's real nice like that. So all right, so here's the passenger side. I've already taken the rotor off, so let me explain the rotor side first. So this here is a bolt that actually holds the rotor on. Okay, I already took the rotor off. It's pretty self-explanatory for those of you that will attempt to do something like this. I don't need to show you the rotor on it. You'll kind of understand what I'm saying. But here's a bolt. This bolt is basically just to hold this rotor in place. So let me get that started so you can see it. There it is. It's an Allen wrench. Let's see if I can see the size. This is I think it's a 6. It's a number 6, so it's the metric. So anyways, this is yep. So you need to take this off. Don't go banging on your rotor to try and pop it out of there. You old school guys that know that you got to bang on drums and stuff to break the rust free and all that stuff. So anyways, so here's a caliper. I've got the caliper supported with just a wire I had, because these things are heavy and they'll end up stretching the wire and all that stuff. But let's see. I threw away let me get the old I'm going to show you the brake pads and explain where that sensor plugs in. Okay, here's the brake pads. These are the old ones. All right, so all right, you see that? Let's see if I can get better. There you go. See how it's got kind of some notches in there? Well, that sensor kind of snaps into place there. Okay, these will go into the, get these together. Let's just say these go into the caliper like this, and then that sensor plugs into there, into that slot. So you simply just get a little screwdriver, pop it out, or a needle nose, and just pull the thing out of there, kind of slowly ease it out. That way you don't break it and have to replace it. So we'll see. Hopefully that's enough for the one that I just did and I didn't ruin it. And we'll see when I'm done. If the brake light still comes on, I'll end up replacing it. But for right now, I think I've done pretty good without messing with it. So these things look like they've got a little bit of wear still left on them. You know, I could have gone a little further with them. So it's you know, that sensor definitely gives you enough time to plan your replacement out. So they could have gone a little further. It's no metal contact, so they would have gone further. So that's kind of nice. All right, those are in the trash now. They're no longer needed. All right, so let me get over here, kind of show the caliper side a little more. If I can get down here. The old man knees don't play nice anymore, so let's see. I'm gonna try to get this done one-handed. Oh boy, that's heavy. Okay, so oh boy, it's definitely hard to do with one hand. All right, so anyway, so these set in place like this, right? There's these two bolts. Let me get these this back over here. All right, so there's two bolts, these here, that hold the caliper on. That's these here. These are number 18, 19, 18. So they're number 18 metric. So these just kind of go in like that. They hold the caliper in place. So you've got to take these off to pull the caliper off. And then basically when the brake pad just got to be pushed through here. You kind of push one out, kind of got to get it out of this slot here, and then same over here, got to push it out of that slot. Once you push it out, you can get one out. Then same for the other side, just opposite. The other side is where the piston's located, so you just got to be careful. Now, when you go to do this, you want to make sure that you loosen the bleeder, and then basically you pry on the caliper to release the pressure, because you don't want to I'm gonna hurt my fingers. So anyways, let me get this up and away where you can see it. So there's a bleeder. Okay, you want to loosen that out. That's number 12 or number 11. It's a metric 11. So you got to loosen that up and then pry on the caliper. And basically what you're trying to accomplish is get that piston to push in. That way, when you put the new pads on it, with with more material on them, they're going to be a little thicker, so they won't fit on the rotor unless you compress that. So I hope that's enough detail to cover what I'm doing here. So if any of you guys and gals that want to try this on your own, you get at least get some instruction. So let me continue on. So BMWs, I've learned from the few that I've had in the past, these surfaces here like to be very clean. So if you're one of those where you just pull it off, slide the new one on, and you're done, you might have some vibration. So I've experienced that myself. I've had to pull the rotors off, clean these surfaces, make them clean, remove all the rust, grease, whatever grit that's collected on there. And basically what I do is I use this wire wheel, this guy here, and then I clean the surface of the rim like this here with a wire wheel, and then I do the same for this surface here. I go around there, get all this cleaned up, and that'll at least eliminate the possibility of having any kind of vibration after the fact. So I've had that before. I've done brake jobs before, and the steering wheel went nuts on me, and it was found out it was because of the rotor surface was not clean, and it wasn't true. So it drove like crap. Once I did that, it fixed it, so it was nice. So yep, these cars are very sensitive to stuff like that, but they, once you get that resolved, they drive really nice. Really fun cars. They definitely are neat cars to drive. So all right, let me get back to cleaning the pads. Go get that done. So this little kit comes with a little grease packet that you can grease the tabs and the end of the brake pad. So I'm gonna try and set this camera where you guys can see what I'm doing. Let's see. So you see what I'm doing this way, maybe right here. You can kind of see me there. All right, so hopefully you guys will see everything I'm doing here. I'll try to keep it close there. You see me, I see myself, so I think that's working out there. Plastics on there pretty good. Like I said, I'm not trying to, I don't want to touch that surface there. So I try to get them, put them together like this. That way I'm not touching that surface. Now I can get grease on this, both sides. So we'll start this side here. I've already ripped the end off of this. That way it has a little opening for the grease. So basically I'm just gonna smear this all over the top. Get it here on the tabs. Don't want to use a lot of grease. It's just for the surfaces that touch the caliper side. That way you don't get squeaking. So that's the purpose of this, is to hope to eliminate most of the squeaking. Now if you are an automobile slob and you don't clean your car, and the thing runs dirty, and you have dirty brakes, and you know, if your wheels are turning black and whatnot, you're a slob. So you should probably consider cleaning your car every once in a while, especially the wheels. When you clean your car, you want to make sure that you don't do it right after a drive, because you know your brake pads are probably going to be nice and hot, and if you cool these rotors off too quickly, they'll end up warping on you sometimes, and that's not good. So anyway, just it's always good to be clean. You know, if you're a slob, then you could care less about what I'm saying, and you're going to have squeaky brakes. Anyways. So as you see, I'm just getting grease on the tabs. Get a little closer, you can see here what I'm doing. There we go. Just kind of cover as much as I can, not too over greasy, because greasy brakes don't work. This is just for the edges and the tab area. Okay, that should be good there. All right, I think I'm good. All right, that's it. So now I'll leave these here, because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this guy on. Now I've already gone and I've sprayed this with brake clean, and I've already wiped it down with, I think it was this rag here. So it's nice and clean now. So this surface has no grease on it whatsoever. So now the challenge is to get this thing placed on the rotor, or the hub, without touching the surface. And if I do touch a surface, I just need to brake clean the hell out of it and keep it clean. All right, so here we go. Let's see how good I am at one-handed. Got a feeling I touched that. That's all right. All right, let's see. Put this guy here. and just snug. It doesn't need to be monster tight. It just needs to be snug. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray the back of that because I know I touched it with my hand. All right. Oh crap! I'm not gonna be able to turn this. I forget. Okay, it's fine. Take it off. So, take it back off. I know I touched the back end of this, so I want to clean it one more time. Come on. See what I'm doing here. There we go. Yep, just cleaning that surface right there. This guy out of the way. Where's my other towel? This guy, just to wipe this inside here. Alright, I'm gonna try this again. Try not to touch surface. Yay. Little bit of paint there from my garage floor. Let's see, where's my towel? I'm gonna get running out of brake clean there. Okay, I got another bottle. All right. Okay, that's it. That's clean. So now I'm gonna get brake pads. Oh, get up so I can get the brake pads. So I gotta figure out how I'm gonna set this so you guys can see what I'm doing with the brake pads. Let's see, will that stay there? Whoa. Guess I need to get a stand. Alright, we'll try that. Yep. Alright, we'll try that. I know it's kind of far, but you'll get the idea here in a bit. Pads. Okay, so remember I talked about the pad that had that notch in it? Hopefully you can see that notch there for the sensor. This pad here goes against the piston. Okay, so I'll set this guy down here and putting these in, you want to make sure it follows the curve of the wheel, or I guess the caliper. If you notice, caliper has kind of a U shape here. You want to make sure that that U shape is on the same side. Okay. This is the sensor. notch right here, and the piston is on the inside. So I'm going to place this on the piston side. I'm just going to drop it in. Without touching the surface. Get you guys closer to see what I do here. All right, so here we go. Get some better light in here. How's that? There we go. So see how I've got it? It's got some little notches there. See how that curve kind of fits there? There's the other one fit into that notch. That's kind of, they fit in there kind of snug, so you gotta kind of wiggle it and move it and bend it up in there. But it's in there now. I just gotta push it in further because I've just got it started. So I'll show you that. So here we can see. There it is. All right. So what I'll do is I'll use this pad to help push it in. What I'll do is I'll slide it in and then push on the tabs. Push it in all the way. Boom. You got it. Alright, I think I'm good. Let's see. Show you guys what I've done here. So now there's the other one. Probably see the back side better. Get some light over here. Just see what I did on the other side. There you go. You kind of see they're in there now. They should be nice and clean. I don't think I touched any of the surfaces, so we're good. Alright, so now I just gotta slide this guy in over the rotor. Try not to lose my camera here. So you guys see it. Okay. All right. Do this without. This stuff up. There it goes. Okay. Got done here. All right, so there it is. Caliper's back on. Slid it in. So all I'm doing now is getting these bolts here, this big bolt here, get them started to get this thing mounted. And, these have to be torqued to 80 foot-pounds. I think it's 110 Nm. I don't remember what that stands for. That's okay. Just torque them to 80 foot-pounds and you're good. Okay. All right, that's it. So now just gonna get those torqued. Make sure my bleed screws semi-tight, and then almost done. That where you guys can see it. That's not very good. Better. Yeah, I guess I need to Get my stand out here so you guys can see better. Hey, how about that? On the floor worked pretty good. Hey, that worked out. Perfect. All right, let me get that torqued on my torque wrench. See, I'm already on 80 foot-pounds. Let's see if I can get the strength to torque this. Pull this brake fluid out. So brake fluid is not friendly to paint. So if you get brake fluid on your paint, it's probably going to take it off. So just something to note. Might not. Check my bleeder screw. Make sure he's snug. Yep, he's snug. We'll be messing with him later. Alright, that side is done. Get my jack stand out of here. Nothing else in the way. Okay, now we'll start on the rear. Since the rain stopped, now we'll do the other side. We'll see, we'll give it a chance to dry. Rolled around to the other side, probably easier going this way. So it's got this little pad here. That's where you jack it up. So it looks like it's got front and back. So that's what I jacked the sides up with for the front. It's got the same little rectangle shaped pad there. That's a lift point, so you don't mess up your frame or your body. So that's a solid piece of the whatever unibody frame or whatever this is. Probably a frame. And there. Here, you see, got it right on the pad. I'm gonna jack this guy up. See if the old man can get up fast enough. There we go. Get it high enough to get some underneath the tire. Light up. I think we're about there. And now we see if we can get a jack stand under it. Always want to support the car with a jack stand, because a good way to ruin your day is to get stuck underneath the car because you didn't put a jack stand. That's a bad way to ruin a day. Let's see, find a good support. That looks like something in there. Go further. That looks pretty stout. I think it's over here. This area there, that looks pretty. It looks pretty solid there. A lot of support there. Okay, now I'll take this guy off. You guys can see everything I'm doing. Hey, that box worked out. All right. So here's that surface. Alright, sorry about that. I had to change cameras. The other camera battery went out, so back to what I was talking about. This nut here, bolt, whatever you want to call it, gear, you've got to turn it righty-tighty in order for the piston to compress, go in. So kind of what that looks like there. So you've got to basically, I got my C-clip or yep, that C-clip, and I compressed it while I turn the gear, and that gear is this Torx. Let's see, probably see it there in the light. Sorry about the light thing here. Yeah, you can see it's Torx. Anyways, Torx. So that fit right onto here. I can get it on there. And I just turned it and it went down. Alright, so now I've got to put all this back together, get the new brake pads, get the new rotor on. So this process is the same as what I did up front. I'm going to take this off here, this Allen bolt here, which is this guy here. Go ahead and get it off. Ooh. I'm going to have to use two hands. Alright, so anyways, I'll take this off, put the new one on, put all this back together, and then I'll show the finished product before I put the tire on, and let you guys see what that's all about. But this, taking that apart and taking that brake caliper off was probably the hardest part of this. So, take your time. You definitely want to make sure you have the right tools. So, Torx, I don't know what those are called, reverse Torx or whatever they're called, but they're the, I guess the female end. Anyways, you'll need that. You need a C-clip. And let's see, the bolts, these right here, not sure what size Torx that was, but you'll need a little set like this to get those off. Anyways, you can comment if you want to know details. I can come give details, but this would be more for somebody that's not afraid to mess with this stuff and do it. This kind of give you a guidance of, I've already fought with it and dealt with it, so hopefully to help you in the long run. Thanks. I'll post finished product here shortly. And here's the completed rear side. This is the driver's side. That's done. Calipers back on. Let's see. Get everything put back together. Pads in. Everything's reconnected. Everything's tightened up. We should be good here. Now for the other side. One more side to go and we're done. The brakes are done. See, there's the rear. You can see them there. Show the other side. The other rear's done. The fronts are good. Everything looks good. Alright, so I thought that once I replaced the brakes, and I did keep the sensors intact, so they were disconnected, reconnected. I didn't strip any or mess up any wires or anything, but I thought maybe this light would go off when you start the car. So brakes light still on. All right, fine, right? All right, so I saw there's a reset procedure. So we're gonna do the reset procedure. So we're gonna, I think it's just one time on, and then you hold this button, let it do its thing. There we go. Wait, no, that's not it, sorry. Okay, it's not working. Let's try it again. Hold it down. There it goes. Okay, then you push down again. Then you release, push down again, hold it. And then I think you're supposed to hold it while it resets in progress. Let's see if that works. Unsuccessful. So I'm like, crap, that didn't work. Alright, so I looked it up. I saw another hack where you can splice the wires together on the sensors. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay, so in order to get to the sensor, we're going to start with the back tire first. So this car's got one sensor on this wheel and then one sensor on the driver's side. Anyway, I don't need to show you that. Anyway, so it's just got one and one, which from what I can tell, all it does is basically tell you when your pads are starting to get semi-low as far as wear. But you know, these pads, oh, I'm gonna have to get on this. Oh well, I'm gonna get wet. It's been raining here in Texas. Oh shit! Now those garage doors. What the heck? I put my keys up. I accidentally stepped on the keys. It's got the garage door remote, and I guess I sat on it just right to shut the garage door. All right. Anyways, December in Texas usually means a lot of rain, so that's why we're getting all this freaking rain. All right. So there's my lift point. Always safety first. So that sensor. Whoa, you really can't see it. That sensor is in there. Let's see if I can. It's this wire here, I believe. Yeah, this wire here. That's kind of hard to see in this light. But anyway, it's just this wire here. Can I pull it without? Nope. All right, I'm getting nice and wet. Oh, great. All right, so the wheel's got to come off. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Take this wheel off. You don't have to see that part because I need two hands. Alright, so we're going to make this, I guess, as rigged professional as you can get. So I've got a good stripper. You always got to have a good stripper in your shop. Cutters, and basically cutter crimper, a butt connector, and then the heat gun. So I'm gonna use that to make my rigged splice here on that sensor, so I did have to take the wheel off. So that's the sensor there. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that thing out of there, probably strip the wire back, put that butt connector in place, heat it up to where it kind of makes it semi-weatherproof, and then tie wrap it up to this brake caliper in here and be done with it. So you probably ask, well, then your car's not going to like that because the sensor doesn't work. Yeah, it may not. This may not work, but these brake pads, I'm trying to see if I can find them. So brake pads. Wow, why is that so? Oh, there we go. So I don't know if you see, there is. It's hard to see. There are some silver tabs. Why is that so? Okay, there we go. There we go. Though that tab there on the left, this tab here, that tab there, I can barely get it into the light here. That little tab there. Then there's one down here, right in there. So those tabs right there, I think I'm pointing to the right tabs. Anyways, they're on the brake pads. So what happens is whenever the brake pads get to wearing enough, those little tabs rub up against the rotor and they squeal. So when you hear somebody's brake squealing, you know, the common conception is, ooh, they need brakes. Well, yeah, that's what that tab does. It vibrates and makes that high-pitched squeal and tells you need brake pads or you need to replace your brakes, right? So that tab, or that wear indicator tab, whatever you want to call it, there's a probably better look at that tab. It's got a bunch of grease and grit on it already from where we drove it. So anyways, that tab right there, that's what causes all that noise whenever you're braking and your brakes are war and you hear squeaking. So if you hear squeaking all the time, you got one of two things: either your brake pads or brake rotors are real dirty, and the dust is causing it to vibrate and create that high-pitched sound, or that tab is rubbing on the rotor, meaning that your pads are wore and it's time to replace your brakes. So anyways, if this sensor, from what I've researched, if that's all it does is basically do that, I don't see a reason for it other than, you know, people that take their car into the shop to get it repaired. I'm not one of those people. I like to fix my own shit. So anyways, here we go. I'm gonna try and get this thing out of here. I don't know how easy it's gonna be. Oh, I guess I better get a screwdriver. Okay, let's see if I can get it. So I've got a glare with the shop lights. Let's see if I can pull the thing out there like this. Get out there, get out there, get out there. There it is. All right, there it is. Back up so you can see it. So, should I put it in backwards? Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't freaking matter at this point. I am going to clip it and be done with it. Let's see. I think I busted that off. Alright, so let's see, strip this guy back. Okay. Let's see. Yay, can go back now. Let's see. It's hard to do this. Alright, so I'm going to have to set the phone down. Am I recording myself again? Yes, I am. Alright, well, let's see. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing from there. Uh-oh. Not enough. So maybe I should say this: don't try this at home. I'm a trained professional, so if you want to do it the right way. This is probably not the way to do it. Alright, that's what that Mickey Mouse thing looks like. Alright, so let's see. There it is. Got my little butt connector in there. It looks really sloppy, looks really ugly. That's okay. So I'm gonna heat shrink this and then move on to the front one. That's it. Let's see. These connectors are kind of neat because they I think we're done here. Let's see, I just need to tie wrap this up here. That way it's kind of out of the way. And move on to the front side. Let's see, I usually have tie wraps in my couple. Perfect. Okay. Okay, well, gotta set this down. Alright. Okay, that's it. Done. Get some good light there. There it is. I just tie wrapped it up to this line. It shouldn't interfere with the wheel. This one's done. Okay. Alright, front one's done. So there it is right there. There's my hack, rig, whatever you want to call it. I spliced it, tie wrapped it, that way it doesn't rub on the wheel. And we're done, so we're going to check and see if that helped. Okay, wheels back on. Oops, gotta open the car. Let's see, get my phone keep working. Okay. Alright, so back in the car, take this light off. Okay, pushed ignition once. Okay, hold this. So didn't do it. Didn't do it, so hold it. Holding. Okay, release. Push, hold. Release, push, hold. Okay, reset in progress. Ha ha! Done. So the hack worked. There you go, people. So all good.